Hey, Joe.
I need some help, and I got a gig, so of course I don't have a lot of time. And it's really cool that you are here and available, because I got to.
What you got?
Oh, there's a problem with the nut on this guitar.
Roger and I, well, you know, it really started as me teaching his kids, his sons, Merv/Eric and Lucas, and you know, we developed a friendship through that. And then Roger said, you know, I'd like to pick up a few lessons myself. And then, you know, Eric was getting into repairs and luthier work. And that kind of inspired Roger to get into that as well. And now our relationship is both musical, personal friends, and business partners too.
You got any new gems here that
Well, check out this
that
one.
I shouldn't spend my money on?
No, you shouldn't spend money. Check out this black guitar, though. You will like that guitar.
Okay.
That,
I'll let you do your thing.
That's a like a custom shop gem.
Oh, the Steve Vai thing?
Yeah. But that's like the $3,600 list price version.
I can touch it?
You can play it. Plug it
A
in.
good symbiotic business relationship. He's able to kind of supply the things that I don't do, and vice versa. I kind of take care of the teaching, you know, the musical aspect of it, and he's taking care of the equipment aspect of it. You know, I thought that was just a wonderful idea because the town of Clinton needs a guitar shop.
But it's got the locking system on it, which is, you know, I guess it's cool, but those things drive me nuts. Wow.
Most of the stuff that I see every day is what I would refer to as setup work. It's basic adjustments like what we refer to as bow in the neck, frets, the individual frets maybe in some cases will rise up out of the neck or get flat and cause problems or buzzes. Sometimes we need to fix things at the nut. There are a whole variety of things, but most of them are the basic adjustments. My recommendation to anybody buying a guitar is to sit down and be comfortable with it, because this is a big guitar. I don't personally even own a guitar this big. It's easier, it's a little simpler to own than an electric guitar. It requires less stuff, but they are physically more difficult to play, and especially for beginners and especially for teenagers and younger kids, physically holding on to an electric guitar is a lot easier in many cases. I built this guitar from parts. I sort of perceived what it would look like, and I custom built this piece. I had this piece made. I decided what color all this stuff was going to be, and it's because that's how I wanted it to look.
I always tell my students when they ask about getting a new guitar or what guitar they should start with, go to a shop like Roger's, go to Roger's, and just sit and try out all the different, anything that suits your fancy, that kind of jumps out at you. Pick it up and play it. Just get your hands on it and see if it feels comfortable. If it feels comfortable, then that's a guitar for you. If it doesn't, try something else. That's the most important thing. It's got to feel right in your hands. Whether you're playing professional or not, a sense of refreshment, of getting in touch with something that's larger than the sum of its parts, and that's very, like I said, refreshing, and it can help you get through a tough day or a tough time. It gives you a lot of self-satisfaction to be able to pick up an instrument and make something happen. There's a lot of joy in that. Yeah, just watch the phrasing on that. Learning music and learning any instrument really is a process of integrating, synchronizing, or tuning the three main aspects of yourself: the intellect, the emotional or spiritual life, and the physical. All three of those things really have to come together for you to be able to play an instrument successfully. It's really about human growth, and those three main categories working together. I think that's really what it's worth.
That's the note. What is it?
Let's say it was the second.
It's the second or the ninth. It's B and A, right? And for me as a teacher, I sometimes even get that same sense of joy in watching another person develop their skills and then seeing them take ownership of that. And when it becomes a part of them, you know it's going to be with them forever. I think that's the core for me as a musician of, you know, what really keeps me doing it and the greatest sense of satisfaction. Performing, once you get out there and start playing, and when everybody is listening to each other, and the music, quite frankly, it starts to play you, where I think music becomes like magic, and you see how what's coming through you is going through the rest of the band, and is getting out to the audience, and they're hearing it, they know something's happening, and then they're feeding it back to you with their energy and their response, and then this thing starts to happen back and forth. You know, there's no substitute for that, and that is truly an electrifying experience as well. That's only going to happen at one time. That's really, really special, and I think the energy that you can transmit to an audience, you know, that's something they can really take with them, and hopefully that inspires them to find their own sources of these kind of energies.